Suddenly, to test her new powers, our MC Jihan leaps into the air and unleashes a magical attack with her water butterflies. And look, so many glowing blue butterflies start rushing rapidly toward that terrifying enemy. As soon as those butterflies surround him, Guayadong is left stunned, realizing that this small girl can control the blood flowing through his veins and launch dangerous spiritual attacks on him. Right after this magical attack, our MC comes down from above with a powerful kick, but Guayadong easily blocks this heavy strike with his monstrous hand. After the clash, as Jihan steps back, she immediately realizes that the enemy's body defense is neverayatna strong. The reality is that his physical strength and his rank are significantly more superior compared to our main character's abilities. Seeing this, she realizes that physical damage alone won't suffice. She decides to channel all her power into her blood and spiritual attacks. And then the swarm of blue butterflies descends on him again. Look, brother, that attack has now multiplied many times over and crashes down like a Goidengaro. He begins screaming in agony and clutches his head tightly, because the blow to his brain was beyond his endurance. He couldn't endure the pain, and all the children standing there watched in stunned fear. When the enemy's entire strength was completely drained by that intense mental assault, Shining Han did not hesitate for a moment and seized this perfect opportunity without delay. She then took a long, powerful leap, allowing her to deliver a mighty and terrifying blow directly to the back of his head. The force of her blow was so tremendous and powerful that he collapsed there, unconscious. Now, he leaves behind his beastly form and gradually returns to his human form. He trips and falls flat on his face, completely surrendering to the situation. At that precise moment, the girl takes a moment to wipe the sweat off her forehead. Even though she was exhausted, a sense of pride welled up inside her. Shani. It makes you realize that she is capable of defeating even major enemies. Just like her MC partner, she has now become quite powerful. On the opposite side, the crowd began whispering in amazement. They were shocked that the new kid made such a big impression. He had truly put the student council officer in his place. After wrapping everything up so easily, Lin Jichin moves on. Look, bro, our MC went up to him in all his glory and took his hand. Then what? He lifted his hand into the air as if he'd just won a major battle. Standing there, shocked, he made a bombshell announcement to the crowd. He stated clearly that they would now be the faces of real humans. They're speaking for the blooded humans, and the clash is about to start. Our MC then challenged the entire student council to an open duel. After such a bold statement, everyone was stunned, and just then, Lin Jichin quickly ducked down. He saw what was happening. She checked on Shen Chingenka, but the crowd was like a wildfire. People started whispering to each other, questioning whether this boy had completely lost his mind. Challenging the student council is akin to directly inviting your own demise. It's common knowledge that the council isn't just an ordinary group, it's filled with extremely dangerous individuals. There are more than one master there, and as soon as the crowd began to disperse, 3 very fearsome individuals appeared to answer the crowd's fear. They slowly advanced, and the one at the front was the tall girl with white hair and a shining sash on her head. Everyone immediately recognized her as the vice president of the student council. Her prestige in such a high position was evident. She fearlessly gazed into Sanchinanki's eyes. She accepted the challenge and was just about to say that, "Listen, friends, the clash between the two has already started." Yet, the horned vice president wastes no time and instantly reveals her true power. She taps into her genetic abilities, and massive wings quickly emerge from her back. These wings are so huge and terrifying that anyone would be scared just by looking at them. But our Shining Han doesn't panic at all, and, without stopping, launches a direct attack on her enemy. She was ready to teach this new enemy a lesson. But the real story only now begins, because the vice president had revealed the true difference between them. In the blink of an eye, he proved that in front of his power, Shining Han was nothing. She rains down sword-sharp feathers from her wings, which were incredibly sharp. They were approaching with such incredible speed that merely catching a glimpse of them would be enough to make you break out in a sweat. They descended upon us like a rain of arrows, swift and relentless. The attack was so intense and overwhelming that Shani Han couldn't understand it. She is completely taken aback and utterly shocked by the unexpected and sudden attack. They cut through all of her defenses, just like a sharp knife. These blows plunge deeply into her body, wounding her severely. Blood starts to flow everywhere, and deep marks are left on her body. The poor thing was still in midair when a mountain of troubles came crashing down upon her. This merciless assault completely shattered all her courage. After so many injuries, Shani Han can't hold herself together and falls hard to the ground. In just one moment, she's in terrible shape and gives up. Seeing all this, it's clear that you can see worry and concern on Lin's face. Jichin doesn't hesitate for a moment and immediately rushes to his side. He scoops the blood-soaked Shani into his arms. While tending to Han, he immediately puts a powerful medicine in his mouth so his deep wounds can be treated and he can recover quickly. The poor girl in pain says how shameful it is to lose so quickly. She realized that the strength of those upperclassmen was no joke. Look, brother, those top students had a fear on another level. When he biked, she sits among the scattered feathers, and then MC gives her courage. Lin Jichin lovingly explains to her that there's nothing wrong with losing. He says, "Don't lose heart because you've done better than expected." Honestly, man, the girl showed way more grit than he'd expected. Then he lovingly lifts her into his arms and promises he'll handle the rest of this battle himself. Our hero then moves forward to take her place and strike at the enemy's rear. Now Jichin is facing Vice President Tanwani, and this time he has wings. The witch casually remarks that she has heard quite a bit about the hero. In particular, she is aware of the chaos he caused in the military zone. It seems he's the main topic of conversation in the town. With great amusement, she claims she knows all about everything the hero did there. Hey man, it looks like now that the military zone has been brought up, a genuine heart-to-heart confrontation is on the horizon. She's really eager and curious to witness what makes it so special and why it has become so essential to this plant god cult. She was restless, wondering why she hadn't tested his true power herself. So Tanwani launched yet another extremely dangerous attack on him. She unleashed those razor-sharp wings at full speed, straight at our MC. However, in this situation, Linjichin Kodakoi appeared to be unfazed by any fear. He just stood firm, and with a sense of calmness, he utilized his remarkable spiritual power to stop the lethal storm of wings in midair, mere inches away from his face. Then, in a grand, commanding gesture, he waved his hand through the air, seized complete control of all those suspended weapons, and with full force turned them back toward that Tanwani. His arrogance had now completely turned to astonishment as he saw that his own attack was about to come back on him.